what can I do about inheritance tax?
Inheritance tax is payable on your death and is based on the value of your assets at the date of your death. All your assets are taken into consideration, your property, your personal belongings and money that you've got in the bank. Inheritance tax is paid on your death if the value of your assets exceed the current nil rate band of £325,000. Inheritance tax is paid at the rate of 40% on the balance of your assets in excess of this relief. Gifts to your spouse or to charity are free of inheritance tax. It's also important to remember that if the value of the gifts that you're making to charity exceed 10% of the value of your estate, then your estate will qualify for a reduced rate of inheritance tax of 36%. As some of you may be aware, the nil rate band used to only apply to you personally. It is now possible for the nil rate band to be transferred to your spouse. This is called the transferable nil rate band. As a consequence, a couple can pass assets up to the value of £650,000 without inheritance tax being payable. In addition, there's been a recent exemption included called the residence nil rate band. This exemption is increasing and in April 2020 will be rising to £175,000 each. If you're thinking about making tax savings for inheritance tax, you might want to consider making lifetime gifts. There are certain exemptions that you can make. For example, you can each give £3,000 per tax year without there being any tax implications. If you want to give in excess of £6,000, you can do so, but you must outlive that gift by more than 7 years for the value of the gift not to be brought back into account on your death. In addition, any gifts to charity or political gifts during your lifetime are tax-free, and you might want to consider making small gifts of up to £250 per person. These are also tax-free. It's not a way of saving inheritance tax, but if you are going to suffer inheritance tax on your death, you might want to consider taking out an insurance policy. This means that although you're not avoiding the tax, you are ensuring that your relatives can pay the tax liability when the time comes.
For more videos and information, visit www.alzheimersresearchuk.org/wills-info.